without putting anything on their statuses. If you were doing that before, please change from now on. Try to make sure that a day there's something on your status, even yourself, a beautiful picture of yourself. Sometimes I post a good picture of myself, maybe a selfie, and someone who has bought from me before will reply on the status and say, "Hi Tari, do you still have the power? Hi Tari, do you still have beauty restricting you?" Why does that happen? Because the moment that you put a status on your Facebook or on your WhatsApp, people will recall you, people will remember you. But, oh no, we have this lady who do have, we have this lady who sells products, we have this lady who has a wonderful business opportunity. So if you're just blank, like you don't post anything, people will forget about you. So the next time that they are gonna need products, they look for someone else because you are not pushing your business that far. So you need to be constantly and continuously upgrading your WhatsApp statuses and your Facebook statuses and your Instagram statuses so that people know that you are still existing. So the moment that you post your picture, it will record to them, so this lady, she's still doing the business. Let me up here and go for a scan. So that will just make you to reconnect with your clients and reconnect with your prospects so that they know that you are still there. So make sure that each and every day you are being known that you are still there. Myself, I have a personal motto which I post almost every day on my WhatsApp statuses. I think those who have my number, they know that I post it. I always say, and God showed up to show off. Even if I don't have a sale that day, I always post it. So some people actually inbox me sometimes saying, so God is showing up to you. So that will just make me, I have dialogue with people because people need to know that I exist. People need to know that I'm still doing this thing. So they don't need to forget about me. So that whenever they remember that they need help, they need the business, they will come to me. Why? Because I continuously connect with them. So try to make it a habit that you post something each and every day on your WhatsApp, your Facebook, and Instagram stories. We can go to the next slide. Yes, so we can go to the next slide as well. Okay, so when people comment on your post and on your statuses, you can also reply to them. Like they say, maybe you post a check, someone has won a check, or someone is yes, maybe someone is won a check and they say, wow, this is beautiful, wow, congratulations. You can just up them and say, hi girl, I'm just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a game-changing way to make an extra income on social media? No worries, if not, I just thought I would ask. So mostly the generation that we are in, or the era that we are in, mostly people love to use social media. Some will be maybe at their offices, they join this business and they are at their offices. They don't get time maybe to go in the streets. They don't get time to go for out of town meetings, but they can use their social media well. So try to groom them in that field so that they know how can they market even from their offices. So you need to make sure that each and every time someone comments on your statuses, just talk to them and know how they are doing and probably ask them something. Because if you don't ask, you will never know what's happening in their life and you will never know if they're interested in your business or on your products. So you need to be asking and to be connecting with people who are in your WhatsApp and in your social media circles. We can go to the next slide. Okay, so when you need to share your story on social media. So you need to tell good stories if you want to be successful in this business, right? So everyone has a story, some 3 stars, some 4 stars, some 5 stars who say, no, I don't have a story. You have a story because you joined as a 1 star, now you're a 4 star, you joined as a 1 star, now you're a 2 star, you know, you're a 3 star. So people don't love overnight success, right? So what do you need to do if you want to succeed on social media? You need to post your story. You need to post how you are growing. So the moment that you join, make sure that you are sharing on social media. The moment that you become a 3 star, a 4 star, a 5 star, a 6 star, always share it on social media because people may not be talking to you or people may not be inboxing you, but they will be following you. So as long as they continue to following you, they will be seeing the growth, they will be seeing the development. They will be seeing the changes that will be happening in your life. Like recently, I got myself a car, and then I got some people who were not even talking to me now wanting to do the business. But why did they come now? It's because they saw me when I had nothing, when I was posting with nothing. So you don't need to start posting because you're an 8-star. And now that I have a success story, let me start posting. Now that I'm a manager, let me start posting. Now that I'm a director, let me start posting. Post now so that people will be following your success. People will be following your story. And when they come now, they will actually tell you that no, remember you joined when you were still posting your pictures wearing that black uniform. Now we know wear a blue uniform. What change? You'll be saying, now I'm a 7-star. So they will be seeing the change now. They'll be seeing the growth. We went from this and now we are here with this person. So that will make you maybe to join at least 5 to 10 serious people from your social media handles, because they will be following you. People love to see, people love testimonies, people love results. So as long as they continue to see what's happening in your life, they will be wanting to work with you in your businesses. So you need to share your story from whichever level you are. Even if you manage to buy a shoe, even if you take yourself out for a $3 lunch or for a cheap lunch, post it, so that when you finally take yourself to the hotel, people will see the change. People will see that, oh, she started from here, now she's here. I hope you are making sense, you guys. So we can go to the next slide. Okay, so after all has been said and done, guys, after all what you're saying on why you need to use social media and how you use social media, please don't bombard people with product or company information on your Facebook or on your WhatsApp or on your Instagram accounts. So this is where I was saying you don't need to post on your wall, on your Facebook wall or on your Instagram wall. So the wall is that way you have a profile picture, where you have a cover photo. You don't need to post products there. Post your products on your respective Facebook pages, on your respective Facebook groups or WhatsApp groups, or on your marketplace, whereby those groups are specifically designed for selling. So if you continuously post on your Facebook or on your Instagram, you look like you just want to sell. And if you go to people selling, you will not sell, right? So you need to make sure that you are doing it accurately on your Facebook profile. Keep it professional. Keep it strictly about recruiting. Don't post too many products or even products on your Facebook wall. Use your Facebook stories, use your WhatsApp stories, use your WhatsApp groups, use your Facebook groups, use your Facebook pages, and then you see that you have a lot of clients. So I hope you guys are benefiting from this training. I think now we need to move to the next part, whereby we are going to talk about leadership. So in conclusion, in as much as Facebook is concerned, not posting your business is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what winking is, right? So that is when you close one eye and keep one eye open. So if you're a guy and you're winking at a guy in the dark, they won't see that you're winking. So you will basically be doing nothing. So not posting your business on your social media is the same, is linked to the same as someone winking at a girl in the dark. So if you're winking at a girl in the dark before, you now need to wink at a girl in light. So try to make sure that you make use of social media to grow your business. I hope we have learned, guys, from the social media. If you were not doing it well, try to implement these things, and I guess you will get a great success, and I guess you see a change in your business. So we are now moving to leadership. Can we go to the next slide? Okay. Then part 2 is going to be on how to lead. So everyone, the moment that they join this business, they automatically become a leader. So even if you're a 3-star, even if you're a 2-star, even if you're a 1-star, a 4-star, a 5-star, you are a leader. You need to tell yourself that I'm a leader. If you are in your room, you're watching this meeting, tell yourself right now that I'm a leader. Because we have people who have this mentality, this downliner mentality that, no, I'm still young, I'm going to start lead as a 3-star, as a 4-star. But the moment that you join this business, you start bringing new people in the business. So those people will be led by you. They'll be seeing you as their leader. So if you still want to be led, who will lead your people? So everyone here is a leader, and what I'm going to be training here applies to everyone who is here. So what is leadership? Leadership is the ability of an individual to influence or guide followers of an organization. So how do you do this if you're a leader? Number one, you need to spend time with your team. So there are other people who have great success, maybe the manager, maybe the director, and they say, no, I cannot associate with my team, blah, blah, blah. No, you need to spend time with your team if you're a leader. You need to eat with your team. If you happen to go to an outside of your town meeting, they buy cheap food, buy that cheap food too. Don't say like, no, they're buying cheap food. Let me go to KFC and buy myself any expensive food. No, leadership is not like that. You need to go down to your level so that you work well with them. So leadership is about building relationships. So you need to be attending trainings with them. Myself here, I'm with my team. I think I have about 4 or 5 people in this hall who are in my team, and they are actually listening to this presentation. That's leadership, you guys, because I'm spending time with my team in this room. So that's what you need to be doing as a leader. You need to attend trainings with them. You need to be interested in their lives. Don't just do things which are business related. Know how their lives are going. Know how things at home are. Know what mode of transport they are using to go and to come out to come from work. Know why they didn't come to the office that day. You need to be interested in their lives, because as long as they are emotionally well, as long as when you are connecting with them more, it will make them to thrive in the business as well. So you need to be a good leader and make sure that your people will be well taken care of. Then you need also to know their kids. If you have kids, I'm always asking most of my business partners, we have kids, how are your kids? Are they going to school? Are they good to school? Do they do house chores? Just wanting to know more about them. That's good leadership. Then you also need to know their struggles. When they're struggling, know about it. Even if they get maybe their parents die, their spouse die, go there and help them in their struggles. Then also need to help them in their plans. Maybe they want to qualify for the China trip, they want the first growth award, they want the car award, they want the Las Vegas award. Help them in planning their things so that even you grow as a leader. So you need to be doing these things. Then you also need to show vulnerability, share your struggles as well. So there are other leaders who will be acting like they are demigods, they don't have any struggles. Tell them when you struggle as well. Even if they come to you with a problem, tell them that this same problem I had it. I also struggled with getting the bus fare to go to the office. But if you continue pushing, you get to a point whereby bus fare will not be a problem to you. Not saying you are not serious, you should always get bus fare. No, show vulnerability. Show that what's happening to them also happened to you, so that they will be able to connect with you, so that they will be able to move forward, knowing that our leader came from this position. So leadership, you need to spend a lot of time with your team and know their lives and know how they are living and how they are doing their business. And you also need to show vulnerability. We can move to the next slide. Okay, then leaders must be growing. That's an important point now. If you're a leader, you don't need to do nothing else but to grow. And I've said it that everyone is a leader. So everyone needs to grow. Everyone who is here needs to grow. So what's not growing is dying. What new things do you know this year that you didn't know the last year? So I think all those who were not using social media before are now saying, but now we know about social media, right? You've learned something new. Yes, you guys can agree with me. So that's something that you have learned for this year. So as a leader, you need to be growing. You need to rank advance. You need to win awards. You need to even buy things so that your team will be motivated. So as a leader, you don't need to be stagnant. To please be, oh yeah, you don't qualify anything, you don't win any award, you don't change your rank. The following way, the same happens. You are not a trainer, you are not in events, you don't do anything. You are just a stagnant leader. You don't need to do that, because your team will be basing on you or be relying on you even on their growth. So you need to grow as a leader. So you need to introduce to your team what we call the blue ocean strategy. What's the blue ocean strategy? So the blue ocean strategy is when you introduce new ways of doing things in your team. You don't need to use what we call the red ocean, whereby a lot of people will be concentrating on one thing. So if most people are concentrating on selling big powers only, start to introduce the blue ocean in your team, whereby you'll be selling fertilizers which are not being sold by everyone. That will lead you to grow as a team. That will lead you to grow as a leader. So you need to introduce the blue ocean strategy in your team, with your team, so that you grow together and things will start to happen. I hope you are getting something, guys. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. So if you don't grow, you must stop leading, because you will lead people astray. So if you are saying that, Inina, I don't want to grow, or myself, I don't want to grow, it's hard for you to continue to lead people. So if you're a leader, try to grow so that you lead your people in the right direction. So promise me, leaders, that you are going to grow. Say in the comment section that I am going to grow. We can go to the next slide. Okay, so how then do you grow as a leader? Because sometimes you want to grow, you want to grow, you want to do this and this, but you don't know how. So you need to be intentional about it. No one should force you to come to the office. Always make sure that myself, I make sure that by 7 a.m. I'm in town, I'm at the office. The offices will open once I'm already in town. You need to be intentional about it. Don't be pushed, don't be forced, don't be what, be intentional. And you also need to be reading a lot of books on leadership, or a lot of books on our business, so that you know how to grow as a leader. You also need to attend seminars and conferences. Sometimes you just need to attend mentorship classes, so that you know how you can lead your team, or how you can grow as a leader and with your team. Then also need to research new methods and research new approaches, like the issue of the fertilizer that I was talking about. Me and my team, with some members of my team, we discovered that from October and until January, let's focus on fertilizer selling only. And most of the people in my team had a lot of sales from the fertilizers only, because we were seeing that most of the people were not selling it. So we researched a new method and we started to use it. So as a leader, you need to be researching new approaches to the business, so that you grow with your team, and you'll be applying the new things that won't be used by everyone. So you need to be continuously researching on how best you can do, on how best you can work on changing your life and that of your team. We can go to the next slide. Okay, so as a leader, you should also be consistent. So this issue is it's also supposed to happen to everyone, because consistency creates mastery. If you're not consistent, you will not succeed in anything. So you need to be consistent in selling, you need to be consistent in recruiting. If you want your team to recruit, be consistent in recruiting. Not be telling people you should recruit, but you're not consistent in recruiting. You recruit today and you don't recruit for the whole week, you then recruit the next person the following week. You need to be consistently recruiting, so that people will copy what you're doing. If you are selling, you need to be consistently selling, so that people will copy what you'll be doing. Then you also need to be predictable in performance. Qualify things. People should know you as a leader, so, that this lady or this guy always qualify for promotions. Don't be unpredictable. This year you have qualified, 2 years you don't qualify, this year you have won this, the next year you don't win anything. That's not leadership. You should be continuous and be consistent. Then you also need to maintain punctuality as a leader. It's very important that you become punctual, because you're going to go to really important meetings. Maybe your team have organized a special meeting and you are there an hour late. That's not leadership. So leadership, you should maintain consistency. Your team should know you that our leader is very consistent. Then you also need to be predictable in character. Don't be moody. This day you are happy, the following day you are not happy. This day you are moody, the following day. As a leader, you should be happy always, whether life is treating you well or not, whether you have a problem at home or not. Come to the office with a happy face and be predictable, so that your team will know that our leader is always happy. Then also need to be stable as a leader. You need to be trustable. You need to be faithful to your team. Don't make your team be scared to refer their clients or their prospects to you because you are not honest. Don't let your team be scared to invite you for an outside meeting because you are not honest to them. Make sure that you are always trusted by your team members, because what you are building is not something that's temporary. You are building permanent relations, you guys. So you should make sure that you are trustworthy to your teams. Make sure that even if you are invited to do business presentation, everyone who joins, put them under your business partners. The sales that happen there, they are not yours. give them to your business partners, because you are building long-lasting relationships. So you need to be consistent in trust. Be a trusted leader, not someone who steals from their business partners. We can go to the next slide. And as a leader, you should also keep your word. Don't be known. I know our leader doesn't keep their words. You put a promotion. You say that if someone becomes a foster, you take them to lunch. When they become a foster, you don't take them anywhere. You will not be consistent in your word. So your people will not be trusting you the next time you say something. So you should continuously be consistent so that your people will trust you whenever you launch a certain promotion. I'm always doing this with my team, and we have great time where we take each other for SADA, for what do we call it? For SADA and cry and things like that. So they actually work hard knowing that the last group was taken. So we, the new group, are definitely going to be taken because the last people were taken. So if you launch a promotion, you give people nothing, they will not, the next group will not work hard. Why? It's because you are not honest with your word. So here are some tips on how to become consistent. You need to have high standards, teach and demand standards with your team. If you are doing meetings, make sure that your standard is high, so that those people that will be coming to the team, to the meetings, they will see the level of standards you have. You need to also have what you call standard operating procedures and live by them. If you have rules that you put as a team, you will wear uniform every day, you should do presentations every day, you should train every day. Make sure that you live by them and continuously do performance review meetings, whereby you'll be checking people on how they are progressing, on how they are doing, where they need help, and correct the things that need to be corrected. We can move to the next slide, Sam. So as a leader, you have proper communication skills. So this is very important. As a leader, you need to know how to communicate with your team. So what is communication? Communication is the ability to convey or share ideas and feelings effectively. So the key word here is effectively.
Okay.
You need to share ideas and feelings effectively. So let's go to the 7 C's of communication. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so communication should be clear, should be concise, should be concrete,
Okay.
should be correct. You don't need to run around the bush for you to communicate with your business partners. Always make sure that you are communicating correctly, you are communicating coherently, you are communicating cautiously, and your communication is complete. So we have issues whereby some leaders cannot communicate proper things with their teams. Some will lie to them, maybe they are coming for the meetings and they ask, so who will be getting a fixed pay? They will say, yes, you will be getting a fixed pay. That's not correct communication. So that person, one way or the other, they are going to find out that you lied to them, and it will kill your business in the long run. So you need to make sure that whenever you are communicating correctly with your team and with your business partners. We can go to the next slide, ma'am. So as a leader, your communication should be friendly with your team, be confident. You don't need to be someone who doesn't feel confident about themselves. You need to be confident. You always need to be sharing feedback with your team. Maybe you are planning a get together, maybe you're planning in an outside meeting, maybe you're planning something. If you are the one who is heading the programs, always come back to them and update them on the things that you have gotten, maybe when you're planning your things. Then you also need to be appropriate and to show empathy. What does what you're saying to your business partner affect them? So you need to make sure that you always care for how they feel when you are communicating with them. Then you also need to respect each other. Yes, we know that maybe sometimes you'll be a big leader, you're a director, you're a manager, you're an editor, but try to treat your business partners with respect, because they are also human. In one way or the other, maybe they are going to become leaders also. So if we're not treating them well before, you will not have a good relationships. Then you also need to be using your non-verbal languages properly with your team, and you also need to answer to their questions that they might be having. We can move to the next slide, ma'am. Okay. Then on difficult matters, we all know that as a leader or as a team, you one way or the other have some difficult matters. You need to plan your communication well. You always have options. You need to pick a conducive time and try to address it on your own first before you get a third party. So there are times whereby some people can have issues with their downliners and people end up shouting at each other while these people are looking or while these others are watching. You don't need to do that as a leader. You need to go to a separate place and talk your issues out with your business partners. Maybe they misunderstood you on some issue. Always have a good plan to make sure that your relations are good till the end of times. We can go to the next slide, ma'am. Then as a leader, it's your duty to identify these people in your network. So you need to identify people in your network on how best they are performing. So we have what we call the influencers in your team. We also have what you call the implementers. So you need to identify these people and know how best you can work with them. So the influencers, what do they do? You are planning maybe for a meeting, you are planning for a team get together. Those are the ones who influence people to come to those meetings. So as a team or as a leader, you need to continuously be grooming your team. You need to be continuously be meeting with your team. So how does that happen? Sometimes you're busy, sometimes you're not there. You need influencers to be influencing others to do these things. So you need to have at least 40% of influencers in your team for your business to grow as a leader. So try to make sure that you identify influencers and know how to work with them. And you also need to identify who we call implementers and know how to work with them. My team, I have a very good influencer who influenced everyone to stay in town so that they will attend this meeting in town where there is good Wi-Fi. So you need to have those people in your team so that they influence others for the good. You don't need to have bad influencers now. Those who say, no, Madam Charlie is doing a meeting, don't attend it, don't attend it. No, you need good influencers because in your business, you need support from your team for you to grow and you also be supporting them. So identify influencers and implementers in your team for your business to succeed. Can we go to the next slide, ma'am? Okay, as a leader, you also need to identify these 3 types of people in your team. We have the early adapters, number 1. These are the ones who learn the business early. They don't need much effort. They just come and get everything done. If you tell them you are supposed to sell, they sell the product. If you tell them you're supposed to recruit, they recruit. If you tell them wear a uniform, they wear the uniform. If you tell them plan meeting, they just do everything well and accurately. So these ones, we call them early adapters. Identify them. You don't need to put much effort in this team if you are a leader. Identify these people in your team. Then the second one are what we call the medium-term adapters. These are people who don't adapt fast. It takes time for them to adapt to new ideas. Keep grooming them and keep training them until they finally adapt to what you'll be wanting them to do. Then you also have what you call the late adapters. These are the ones that take time to adapt. So as a leader, you don't need to compare these people. Leave the early adapters to do what they do, leave the middle adapters to do what they do, and leave the late adapters to do what they can. If the early adapters are free, they can also train the middle adapters and the late adapters for them to come to where they are. But don't be comparing them because they'll feel inferior and they will not work hard in the business. You need to help them in their specific groups. Try to make sure that the early adapters, you don't put much effort on them. You tell them to help the medium-term adapters. In your team, they should have unity. I'm always trying to make my team be unified so that if these people have mastered this concept, I tell them to train those who haven't mastered it so that we move well together. So what do? We identify these 3 groups of people and you know how best we can assist them in their respective groups so that you don't push this one to be in this group, don't push this one to be in this group. Learn them, teach them to grow on everything depending on how fast they can work. I hope you are getting it. We can move to the next slide, ma'am. So most of the people in the late adapters, some of them they actually quit the business because some of them they might never get what we are doing and what we are supposed to do. So don't now force them. No, you should do it, you should do it, you should do it. No, try to work with those ones who stay and push them to the next stage. Some will come back and some might not, but late adapters usually they need a lot of help for them to succeed. So don't compare them. Make sure that you help them according to their performance. We can go to the next slide, ma'am. Okay, so as a leader, you should also have what you call a mentor. So a mentor is someone who pushes you to be better or who pushes you to be well. So as a leader, it's very, 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 very much important for you to be a mentor. So what do you do if you have a mentor? You use what you call reverse engineer success. You look at people who are successful and copy from them. Don't be original and broke, copy and succeed. Some people will be like, no, I want to do my things my own way. No, copy from people who have done the business and implement what they have used for them to succeed. So as a leader, if you didn't have one, try to make sure that you look for a mentor who will guide you, who will help you, who will give you the step by step, and you share with your team what needs to be done, who will give you the processes, who will give you the skills, the ways, the contacts, and the formulas so that you help your team. So it's very hard for you to succeed in terms of everything. Even if you are farming, we know that we sell fertilizers. Some people joined for farming. Try to make sure that you are always having a mentor in whatever field that you are doing. So I have my personal mentor. I know that she don't want to be put on the spotlight, but my mentor is director Nironet Moyo, and I've managed to learn a lot from her, even on training, even on the business, even on everything. So I believe that if I didn't have a mentor like that, maybe it was hard for me to even get to this platform that I am, because I wouldn't be pushing myself. So it's very important for you to have a mentor in your business. We can go to the next slide, ma'am. So I hope that we have benefited a lot from this presentation, and I hope that we will implement what you have learned, and I hope that we will get to the stages that we want to go with this business, and I hope that we will all meet at the 30th anniversary in China. Madam Reni and Mr. Gutman, I thank you for these beautiful opportunities that you have given us as Zimbabweans, and I hope and trust that you will come back again to share what we have with others. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We can have a blessed night.
Thank you, Madam Terry. We have learned a lot that how to use the social media to do the marketing, how to develop of leadership. We are very grateful to your wonderful presentation, and definitely, we will invite you to give us further presentations in the near future. So we thank you very much. You stay with us. Next, we're going to invite Mr. Brighton to give us another topic, which is the 3Ds in network marketing. So in terms of the 3Ds, ladies and gentlemen, you got to find the answer from his presentation. So thank you once again, Madam Terry. And Mr. Brighton, are you there?
Yes,
yes, Madam Reni, I think Mr. Brighton will share his own slides.
Okay, so Mr. Brighton, are we going to share your slide?
Yes, I'm going to be sharing my slides.
Let me do that for you. Oh, you are going to share your slide.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, when Mr. Brighton is sharing his screen, let me give you a little bit more background information about Miss Brighton, who is a 6-star consultant from Harare, and he is a dream achiever. So, Mr. Brighton of Dream Achiever, please go ahead.
Okay, is my screen now playing?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
You can maximize it, make it bigger, the full screen.
How is it now?
Thank you. All right.
You can go to slideshow.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfectly clear now, is it?
Yeah, very clear. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Rainy and Mr. Budman, and as well to my co-presenter, Madam Tari, the boss lady. That was a very, very powerful training. I really appreciate, and I really learned a lot. This is so amazing to have such a great leader. leading us in such a way. So without wasting much of the time, taking you through as well, as Madam Rainey introduced me, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Brighton Mutemi. I am a dream achiever. That's what I believe. I'm a dream achiever. I'm a very young man with very big dreams, unstoppable at all. And I move with a motto called believe in yourself. Because you know, if you don't believe in yourself, there is no one else who is ever going to come through and try to believe in you. You know, I've met a number of people who start to think about a number of things, telling us that I believe that you know, my siblings are going to assist me on A, B, C, and D. But that in general will never take you through to your dreams. And that alone will never surely help you to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish in life. As well, I love this wonderful quote by one of my mentors who says, "A king is not appointed, he is made." And I believe everyone who is into the network marketing system and into Greenworld business, we are all in the process to become kings. We cannot simply be appointed, but kings are made. So I believe we are all here for the same cause, so that we grow in this business and we become kings and giants of this wonderful company which we are in, which is Greenworld. So today I want to talk about what is called the mindset. However, my main objective is going to be based on what we call the 3Ds, the 3Ds, which are very, very crucial and very, very important in our network marketing industry. But firstly, understanding what a mindset is. In general, this is an established attitude or habits that are formed in form of in a positive way or in a negative way. And once you understand what a mindset is, generally you get to understand what I'm going to be talking about. Because basically, for you to make it in this business, you need to understand that you have to have a positive mindset. You have to have a positive mindset. But according to our MLM business, mindset comes through in different forms, as well as it is coming in different forms. You need to understand that when we're talking of MLM, which is the multi-level marketing business, it is embracing the learning process. And above embracing the learning process, network marketing is an ever-evolving industry. It's essential for us to keep abreast of the new strategies, the techniques, the trends, just exactly what my co-presenter, Madam Tari, was explaining to us, showing way out so that we can get it out in this business. Business on social media, how we can market ourselves, how we can make sure that we move more products in our industry and in our business. But however, above all that as well, Madam Tari further explained about being committed to the business. Number one thing is for you to be committed, and you need to commit to constant growth through reading books, attending seminars, learning from other successful network marketers. I always tell a number of my business partners that, you know, if you don't have someone whom you look upon to, who is either your mentor, who is either someone who has made it in this business, the likes of people like Eric Warren, you know, we have those kind of people who have already made it in this business. We have these people we have in our industry, which is the Greenworld business. We have a number of managers, we have a number of directors. Who exactly are you looking upon? Who exactly is helping you out so that you can actually make it out in this business? Because you need to understand that in the network marketing business, it's important for you to have a positive approach. You need to have a positive approach to this business. Because if you don't have a positive approach, it's going to be difficult for you to make it out in this business. It's going to be totally different and very difficult for you. So when you have a positive approach, you get to understand that there are a number of things that you get to take through and that you are going to be handling on yourself and get to see that everything is possible. You know, each and every time when we introduce our business to the new members who don't even know much about our business, you know, sometimes you try to explain to people that in this business, you're going to be getting car awardees, we're going to be having China trips, like now, we're going to be having the American tour, you know, explaining those things. You know, an individual can simply sense and think about it, whether you're being positive in what you're saying or you're not being positive. And that brings a big difference between the people who are going to be joining the business and those people who are not going to be joining the business. So we need to understand these things. that when you need to really make it, when you're prospecting a number of people, when you're talking to people whom you want to invite to the business, how positive are you within yourself? Because that's the only way out for you to make it through this business. So this is very, very important. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope and trust that what I'm saying here is going to help someone, even for the new members, to know that everything is possible in this business, only if you have a positive mindset. Because if you don't have a positive mindset, honestly, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. And you need to learn to have that positive mindset. Because I was reading this other article being told that, especially when you're coming to the network marketing industry, you have about 20 years or actually 24 years of you whereby you're going to be learning, going to school, learning new things, starting to remove that kind of mentality whereby we are taught each and every day that go to school, get good grades, get a better job. But currently, where is that? We're not getting that on our physical hands. We're not getting money. Things are being difficult, especially when it comes to people who are here in Africa. They really do understand what I'm telling you here. So now you need to understand that when you're now coming into the network marketing industry, you are coming into learning new things. You need to have abreast, to have that essential thing, to have an abreast mindset so that you embrace the new techniques, the new trends, and the and the reading attitude, so that you start to learn new things, which means you're not starting from zero, going to one, from one to two to two to three, until you reach that level where you tell yourself that it always seems impossible until it's done and until I make it to myself. So this is very crucial for us to understand when it comes to our mindset. We need to have a positive approach to the mindset, to the network marketing industry. Exactly. So now I need to further go to the main objectives of this presentation of mine, which are the 3Ds in our network marketing industry. The 3Ds in our network marketing industry, we need to get them clear, and we need to understand these very, very clearly. Especially now, we understand that our Greenworld company, Greenworld organization, we're going to be celebrating our 30th year anniversary in America, and we're going to be in China, in New Jersey. That alone also comes through with these 3Ds that I'm about to tell you, and so that you get to understand how you can also actually make everything possible in this business. So now, talking about the 3Ds, these are the main 3Ds that you should understand. Which are number one, you need to have a dream. You need to have a dream. You need to have a dream. A dream is very important for you to have. Number two, you should have that desire. I'll further explain to these things at each and every stage. You need to have desire. Number three, you need to have dedication and discipline to your business. A number of things why they're not being possible, why a number of people are not managing to make it in this business, why a number of people are not managing to win all these awards, why a number of people are not managing to grasp each and every concept that we are being taught in this business. It's all because they never understood these 3Ds. Because once you join the business, remember, we tell each other that you should be a highly motivated individual. You should be someone who's dreaming very high. So you should be someone who's dreaming out of this world. Because one of the quotes which I once read from one of my mentors, he always tells me that if your dreams are not big enough to scare anyone, simply it means that those dreams are not worth it for you to be having. You understand? So your dreams should be totally big. Your dreams should be totally big. So now, we need to understand when we're talking about things that has to do with dreams, what is it that you have within yourself that we can simply say, if we start to talk about money right now, how do you feel? How do you see your blood flowing from head to toe? What do you start to feel within yourself? We start to think, or when we start to talk about that a dream house that you wish to have, that mansion that you wish to stay. I usually use this wonderful picture that I have displayed here as my dream house as a bachelor before I get married. I really need to have such a beautiful house. It's just a setting standard level. In most cases, when I talk about this, a number of people are amazed and start to think that, Brighton, you're still very young, but whatever you're thinking about, how do you think this is going to be possible? My dreams are big enough to know that each and every person who is ever I'm ever going to be telling or talking about, telling him about my dreams, they need to feel it in themselves that currently I think I haven't dreamt that big. Because when you talk about cars, when you talk about cars, driving those luxury cars, that's my dream car, by the way, which is a Lexus LX600, a diesel engine turbocharged car. The comfort inside. When you're telling someone your dream, let that person feel it. That if he is that same person who is dreaming of a beautiful car, they should know that no, this level or this side that I've now come, it's a moment in time where I should really feel that I'm ready for this change. I'm ready to grasp this concept of dreaming very big, so that I won't be left behind when I'm going to be moving along with this person. Right now, we have the China trip. We have our 30th anniversary in America. Are you also dreaming of being in that Fly Emirates? Are you also dreaming of being in that first class? Huh? Think about it each and every day. Think about it each and every day. When you're thinking of being in an airplane, huh? A number of leaders, especially in Zimbabwe, when I talk to them, they're always telling me that, since I was born, I was never going to think about it, or I never thought about it, that one day I'm going to be in a plane. But it was only through Greenworld. What happened? Those people, they simply believed in themselves. They simply believed in themselves. And the moment they believed in themselves, they started to see things changing. And the law of universe, just starts to attract those things. And when those things come to you, you start to see a number of changes within yourself, just simply by abreasting and believing in yourself and having that mindset, which is always positive. Sometimes in our business, we face a number of challenges. We face a number of things whereby you start to think about yourself and think, am I surely going to be successful in this business? Now you need to understand and take your mind back. Take your mind back to the concept of understanding that this network marketing business, and through the concept of our business, we have to have a positive mindset. And the moment you're starting to have a positive mindset, the universe simply adapts to that. And you start to see those things coming to you bit by bit, stage by stage. And you start to see things being achievable. Especially this 30th anniversary, I'm always telling a number of people that come rain, come thunder, keep believing in yourself. We are going in July to America. Tell yourself, whether it's now in May, we're now in April, we're now in March, each and every day, tell yourself that I am going to America. I told my business partners that you should have a dream vision board. You should have a self-affirmation book that you should be opening each and every day. Tell yourself these positive things. And when you're telling those positive things to yourself, day in, day out, you are attracting those things to you. And the moment you're attracting those things to you, I tell you, surely when the time comes, you are going to start to see those things manifesting within yourself. I hope someone is getting me clearly on this one. So you need to make sure that your dreams are very big. Your dreams are very big. If your dreams are not big enough to scare anyone, then they're not big enough. They're not big enough. Because the term dream comes with an abbreviation which stands for, the first letter D stands for dream it. Huh? That's the first stage that you should take in within yourself. You should dream it first. When you firstly dream it, number two, it's for you to take in the routines that are needed to make sure that you fulfill your dream, which is the letter R. The letter R now comes in terms of taking on your routine, day in, day out. What is it that you're doing that you think is going to take you closer to your dreams? Now going to the third letter now, which is the letter E, you should understand that you'd be putting in the effort, because you can dream it, then you can be taking in the routines that are supposed to be put in, but at the same time, you wouldn't be putting in the efforts. There is need for effort. One of our writers says there's no food for a lazy man. So which means definitely for your dreams to come through and for your dreams to come really true, you need to understand that you're putting in the efforts that are needed for you to change your life. Then the letter A stands for accountability. You should be accountable for each and every activity that you do in your business. You should be putting in the responsibility of what you're supposed to be doing in your business. A number of people whom you might need to talk to and ask them, why did you get to quit Greenworld? Actually, someone told me that you cannot quit something that you started, which simply means you have to give up. You better say you gave up before you accomplished what you're supposed to accomplish. So, which means, when you talk to a number of people, asking them, why did you give up on doing the business, which is the network marketing system of Greenworld? They'll tell you that, I think this wasn't for me. This business, my mentor, my best mentor in this business, who is our director, Mr. Tendai Shinoperekwe, always tells us this. He always tells us that you need to put in the effort, put in the work, so that you see the results. Because totally you will never see the results if you're not putting in the effort and if you're not being accountable for each and everything that you're going to be doing. You understand what I'm saying now? Because now, if you're taking accountability of what you're doing, be accountable even to your business partners. Each and every activity that they're doing, day in, day out, are you being accountable of their work? You as a leader, you're the person who introduced this person to the business. But this person needs to understand and get a clear understanding about much detail and everything that is supposed to be explained in the business. So if that person is not, if you as a leader, you're not being accountable, you start to see that your team starts to fall. From having about 100 business partners who are within your team, you start seeing them falling from 100 to 90, from 90 to 60, from 60 to 30, from 30 to 10, from 10 to 0. You're only left alone. You are not being accountable for your team members. You're not showing responsibility. You understand? Then the third, the fourth, and the fifth and final thing, which is being the mindset. You see how these things are interlinking. When you are being someone who's positive, who's being positive day in, day out, it simply means that your dreams are going to come true because your mind adapted to the new things that you had to learn and believe that if I'm going to be thinking in such a positive way, surely I'm going to be dreaming it. Surely I'm going to be taking in the routines. Surely I'm going to be putting in the efforts that are needed in my business. Surely I'm going to be accountable of my business partners. Surely I'm going to be responsible in each and every activity and each and everything that I'm going to be doing. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand that a dream is very, very important. Because, if you just join the business and you tell yourself that, I just want to make it in this business, I just want to make it, how are you going to be making it if you don't have a dream? What is it? What are your set goals? What are your set targets towards achieving this business? What are your set targets towards changing people's lives? Because our business also is based on changing people's lives. So if you're not dreaming about that, which means you're still limited within yourself. But if you're about to think, if you're going to be thinking above those levels or above people who just come in the business and say, I just want to make money out of this business. I tell you, after 2 to 3 months, you're going to fall and you're not going to be making it in the business. Because you got into the business and you didn't stop and start to study about the business. You didn't have a clear mind about it. And remember, you have all those years whereby you were being taught that go to school, get good grades, and get a better job. So remember, you still have about 5 to 10 years that you still have to learn new things and adapt the concept of having a positive mindset. So which is something which is very important on those aspects. We need to get that very, very clear. So now, above everything, we need to make our dreams a reality. We need to make our dreams a reality. If we are seeing people who have managed to make it, especially, I don't know, maybe it's just by myself and other individuals. I always look at Greenwood and start to tell myself that, you know what, this is my life. Greenwood is my life. Greenwood is everything within me. Because I've seen people coming from very poor backgrounds, starting to change their lives, starting to see their dreams coming very true. They made their dreams a reality, but it was through having a positive mindset. And when we're talking about dreams are achieved if we have the courage to pursue them. A number of people have those dreams, but their dreams are not big enough. But on top of that, their dreams not big enough. They don't have the courage to pursue them. Because honestly, each and every individual who is under the earth, if you ask them, which car would you want to drive? Which house would you want to live in? What is it that you want to have? They will simply tell you that, I want to own a Rolls Royce. I want to have a Bentley. I want to live in a 13-room mansion. But do you have the courage in you to make sure that you're going to pursue your dream? Do you have the courage? Because the courage is something that is very important, something that helps you to move, something that gives you power day in, day out, through those self-affirmations that I lately talked about, telling yourself each and every morning when you wake up that one day I'm going to drive a Rolls Royce, one day I'm going to live in a 13-room mansion, one of the days I'm going to meet the founder and chairperson of Greenworld Group, Dr. Deming Lee. One day I'm going to stand on that stage. One day I'm going to give a speech thanking a number of people because of this wonderful company that has managed to change my life. Do you have the courage to do so? Because you need to understand that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Because the future will never belong to those who don't believe in themselves. Simply, you need to believe, dream, believe, and you simply achieve. Dream, believe, and achieve. That's what the future holds. The future holds for those who simply believe in the beauty of their dreams. If your dreams are not big enough, then you're limited. I love one of these guys who's called Usain Bolt, who is believed to be the fastest man on earth, who has a holding record of about 9.58 seconds in a 100-meter race. Usain Bolt is the fastest man alive right now. But he says in one of his quotes, worrying gets you nowhere. If you turn up worrying about how you're going to perform, you have already lost. If you turn up your worrying about how you're going to perform, you have already lost. So that's why I'm talking about these things. That's why I'm talking about these things, ladies and gentlemen, so that you get to understand why your dreams are very important. Your dreams are very important because they're going to tell us how much you're going to be performing. Usain Bolt further says, train hard, turn up, run your best, and the rest will take care of itself. So now it also comes in with the factor of saying, how much effort are you putting in the business? How hardworking are you working in the business? How dedicated are you? How disciplined are you? Do you have the desire? Do you have the dreams? How positive is your mindset towards achieving those dreams that you want to achieve? Because if you turn up, you're worrying about how you're going to perform. When you join the business and start to doubt and say, these people have already won these 10,000 car awards. They have already managed to acquire the free vacational tours. They've managed to acquire the 150,000 United States dollars for the Villa Award, for the House Fund Award. Starting to think that just being negative that way, just know that you're already lost. So you need to train your mindset. You need to train your mindset and know that your mindset should always be performing in the right direction. Your mindset has to be positive. There is something, there is a voice that is supposed to be heard day in, day out within yourself, telling you that I am surely going to achieve this. Come rain, come thunder. Come rain, come thunder. I don't care who is looking at me. I don't care my spouse are saying, my parents are saying I've never achieved this. Recently I was laughing with my mother, telling her that I'm really proud of myself of what I'm doing. And she was telling me that on my first days when you joined this company, honestly speaking, I never believed in you. I just thought these things are just get rich quick schemes, and I know you're never going to make it. But up until she saw me performing wonders and doing great things, going with certain things to her, appreciating her for taking you to school, even appreciating her, telling you that go to school, get good grades, and get a better job. But knowing within yourself that you have ambitions, you have dreams that you need to achieve, that cannot be simply achieved by your paperwork or by the level of education which you manage to acquire. You understand? So when you're going to be worrying about how you're going to perform, surely you're already lost. What you simply need to do is to train very hard, especially in our business. In our business, if you don't train hard, if you don't turn up and wake up and open up your mind and open up your eyes and get to be focused, you're never going to make it if you're not going to be training yourself. Because you need just to tell yourself that I'm the best amongst the rest, and everything else of itself, everything will start to follow behind you. Right now, we're focused about the China trip. We're focused about the American trip. How many of us are surely still focused that surely I'm going? Huh? Because recently, January is already gone. We're now February came through, and February is now gone. We're now in March. Are you still believing in yourself that surely I'm going to America? Surely I'm going to China. Surely this year I'm going to meet Deming Lee. Do you have that belief in you? Is that your dream through this company? Because surely you need to go and meet the person who started this organization, which is doing wonders, which is changing a number of people's lives. It should be your dream as well. It should be your dream, huh? Shaking hands with those people, rubbing shoulders with other millionaires in our company. Those should be big dreams that are going to be helping you to pursue each and everything that you're going to be doing. Each and every day, I had to when the promotion started, I had to visit one of the guys who helps me to print my articles and everything that I want, especially when it comes to to flyers, for the new members who join the business, specifically here in our country. Some of them don't have the maximum potential and the concept of making sure that they can be using social media full time. They also use the concept of distributing flyers outside there. I told each and everyone that, guys, from this person whom you are asking to print these flyers for you, go and print these two pictures. Go and print about the New Jersey picture. Huh? Go and print the picture about the China. Huh? Go and print that and put it on your wall. Every day when you wake up, those are the two pictures that you're supposed to see. Because in yourself, you're putting in the work within yourself to believe that one day I am going to go there. One day I'm going to be standing first. One day I'm going to be there meeting Madam Rainey and Mr. Budiman. We're always seeing each other on Zoom meeting. But one day I will need to go there and meet these people. It's very possible only if that dream is being achievable by doing the daily steps and daily things that are supposed to be done each and every time. So this is something that is very important. Look at those pictures. Look at the Great Wall of China. See yourself every morning climbing the Great Wall of China, telling yourself that I am going to make it. Because if you have already made it to go to China, you have already made it in life as well. Climbing the Great Wall of China. One of my business, our top leader is here from Zimbabwe. Mr. Paul Mutukumira. He always tells us this, that the day when I went to China, I felt it that this was not me. Because I always dreamt of traveling, but I never thought that this company that I've joined is going to be helping me to travel and go to places like China. Maybe it was just going to be something which is just going to be limited. Maybe if I'm traveling from Zimbabwe, it's just going to be Zimbabwe to South Africa or South Africa to Zambia. And from that place, I'm coming back to Zimbabwe. But traveling, going out of Africa, I felt it within me that it was a great achievement. As he was climbing the Great Wall of China, he told us that, I felt within myself when I was halfway that I can't make it. But there was this motivation that came from other distributors who had achieved this trip, and they motivated each other, and they told us that, no, Mr. Paul, we're not yet done. We still need to get to the top. Those little things, that little motivation is going to still help you to know that even when you come back to Zimbabwe, when you come back to your home country, you're going to tell people that, you know what, I felt that I was very tired to achieve this and this. But, it got to a point in time where some people told me that you can make it. You are the best. No one else is going to make it, but only you. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls who are within this meeting, I encourage you, go and download these pictures on the internet. Go and download the picture of the New Jersey, the HGW New Jersey, where we're going to be going this July. At the same time, in October, as we're going to be traveling to China as well. Have these pictures with you. Have these pictures with you because they're going to make sure that they're going to help you out to achieve the dream of you traveling, if you are someone who loves traveling, like me personally, I love traveling so much. That's why I tell myself each and every day that it all seems impossible, but until it is done, just like Nelson Mandela said. So this was the number one aspect of making sure that you keep your dreams alive. But ladies and gentlemen, this should not be only be equipped to you alone. Remember, you have a team, you have a number of people who joined the organization who are ready to change their life. Go and teach them these things. Let them have the vision boards. Let them feel it within themselves each and every day. That when our leader is being positive this way, just like Madam my co-presenter was saying, Madam Tari, that your business partners have to feel it within yourself. That this wonderful leader of ours, she's always leading by example. She's always positive. He's always positive. He's always doing this and this and this. And if we're going to be following him, which means the negativity within ourselves, it's going to be flushed away. It's going to be erased. So we simply need to believe in ourselves so that we manage to also go to China. That's how it is, basically. So let's go and teach our business partners as well who didn't manage to attend these Zoom meetings so that they can also benefit when it comes to these aspects that has to do with dreams. So this is very important. This was task number one of making sure that your dreams have to come true. Your dreams have to surely come true. And nothing is impossible out of this world. If you're putting in the work that you're supposed to be putting in, everything is going to be achievable. So now, the number two aspect, which is now very, very crucial as well, and very, very important, it's a condition of making sure that you have the desire. You need to have the desire within yourself. You need to have the desire. Because if you don't have the desire within yourself, you are limited. You are surely limited. If you don't have the desire, you are limited within yourself. How are you going to be feeling it within your heart if you spend a day, if you surely spend a day without recruiting, or if you are surely, if you haven't got someone whom you're going to be telling that I am going to make it? What's your desire? What is it that is within you, inside of you, that you're always telling yourself every day when you wake up? Are you telling yourself that surely I'm going to go to America? Or after 30 minutes after doing your self-affirmations, you're now telling yourself that, hey, but today I didn't get a business partner. I didn't register a person in the business. I don't think this is going to be possible. I think this is going to be very hard for me. No. You shouldn't be like that. Because what does desire simply mean? A desire is having a strong wish. It's a strong wish to have or to do something. Desire is having a strong wish to do something or to have something within yourself. And desire is actually the starting point of all achievements. Because if you have a dream, then you don't have that desire within yourself. Surely you are limited and you're not going anywhere. The starting point of all achievements, like Napoleon Hill says, the starting point of all achievement is called desire. And if you don't have that desire within yourself, how surely are you going to travel? How are you going to be driving that Rolls Royce? How are you going to be the best presenter in your country? How are you going to feel it that you're going to change the background of your family? How are you going to make sure that you're going to be wearing that expensive watch? How exactly are you feeling? Which suits, which clothes are you going to be wearing day in, day out? When you're going to be presenting to people the business opportunity, do you have that desire in yourself to believe in yourself that surely when I present to these people, they're going to adapt the system of what I have told them, and they're surely going to believe that this business surely exists? But desire now comes with a person who is very hungry for change. Desire comes with someone who's very hungry for change. Because if you are not hungry for change, you're still going to remain in the same state. You're still going to remain in the same position. You're still going to remain on a zero level. You need to be hungry for change. You need to be hungry to make sure that surely I know where I've come from. I have worked for a number of organizations. I've surely been employed at some point. I've surely done A, B, C, and D. But I have to be hungry to believe that what I was getting before I joined this company is something that was not helping me. It was something that was not helping me to upgrade from a certain level to go to another level. You understand? You need to be hungry for change. Even for your dreams, for your dreams to be simply be seen, for your dreams to come true, you need to be hungry for that change. Number two, you need to be coachable. You need to be coachable in this business. You know, even personally, on a personal level, I still look upon, or I still look towards my upliner, the person who made me join this business. I allow myself to be taught new things. I allow myself to be coached, because when you're not being coached, you are simply degrading your levels of expecting, or you're actually degrading the levels in which you're going to make it in every aspect that you wanted to achieve in this business. So you need to understand that you need to be coachable. You need to be coachable. You know, we have a number of people like Madam Tari was describing, those three kind of people. Some of the people are those people who are fast, who are influencers. You know, if you get someone who's negative, or when you become very negative in this business, and when you don't want to be coached, you just feel that you yourself, within yourself, you are enough. You no longer need your upliner. You no longer need someone who's going to be assisting you to upgrade in the business. You are still going to remain at that level. Because let me tell you one thing, if we are going to be frank to each other, each and every person, especially even through our organization, through my mentor, Mr. Tendai Chinopekwe, he once told me, and he told me that as I am even at this director rank, he still has someone who helps him, who influences him, and feels that surely I have to look upon these kind of people. Imagine, as much as they have made it in this industry, the likes of Madam Neronens, one of our directors as well from South Africa, she has managed to achieve a lot of things in this business. But as much as she has managed to achieve these things, she still has even one person whom she says one day, you know, this person is actually each and every day. This person is always sending me maybe emails of motivation, because each and every person has this level of feeling that I cannot be always on 100%. Sometimes I can go on 95%, but there is someone who's going to be my mentor, or someone who helps me, so that I allow myself to be coached, and so that I can go back to 100% level. So we need to understand that we have to be coached in this business. If you're not going to be someone who allows himself or herself to be coached, then surely you're being limited. Number three is for you to be committed. If you're going to be hungry for change, and surely if you are hungry, and if you are surely you are being someone who is being coached, who is allowing yourself to be coached, the number three aspect is for you to allow yourself to be committed. You need to be committed. You need to be committed. Because if your upliner is always telling you that, you know, we are supposed to meet in the office each and every day by 8:30 in the morning, we're supposed to be here, we're supposed to be doing our follow-ups, we're supposed to be talking to our prospects who are going to be coming through for the meeting, and then you yourself, you tell yourself that I'm a bit late, my upliner, I think I'll be there around 9:30, which means, you know, of course, you are coming each and every day. You are surely hungry for change. And surely you are allowing yourself to be coached, because you are listening to your upliner. But one thing which is lacking is commitment within yourself. But if you're going to be committed day in, day out, allowing yourself to make sure that whatever is supposed to be done, it's done in time, surely you're going to see everything coming into existence. Because now this is it. One of the quotes which I really like. It says it starts with dreams, but dreams create those desires. You understand? And when those desires also create what is called determination, which leads to our destiny. Which means I guess someone is surely looking and seeing the connection between these things, because these are things that are very valuable, and these are the things that we need to take note of, so that we surely get to our destiny, and surely get to the level that we want. Because we have a number of people that confuse our business. When they join our business, they confuse two things, which are consistency and intensity. Because now you need to understand that keep it consistently in mind that weak desires bring weak results. Just a small fire makes small amount of heat. Because when everyone who joins our business, he starts the business at week number 1, to see the level of flame that the person will be at. Huh? And surely you as a leader, you feel it within yourself that this person is surely going to make it in the business. Week number 2, the person is still showing that I need to achieve A, B, C, and D. But you know, as time progresses, the person starts to see as if, you know, these things are being very difficult, these things are being very hard for me. Week number 3, you know, the level of desire is being very low. Week number 4, the person is now giving you some excuses. You know, my leader expected to come, but I couldn't find transport fare. I couldn't get my transport in time, so I guess I'm going to come next week. Week number 5, he or she is no longer answering your calls. Now that's intensity. When that person comes into the business, we need to understand that on that first week, keep in the consistency. It's your duty. It's your duty as the upliner. It's your duty as the sponsor, the person who has invited that person, to keep the motivation very high, so that in week number 1, he or she really feels that it's on fire. Week number 2, she really feels that I'm going to make it. Week number 3, you're telling her about you're going to be going to America. She feels that sure I'm going to America. Week number 4, you tell her that we are going to be going to China as well. She feels it in herself that surely I'm going to be going to America. Week number 5, tell her about the awards that we are having in our company. Tell her about those car awards. You know what? Are you surely sure that you're going to achieve this car award? You know what? I believe in yourself. I'm telling you, we're going to make it together through this business. Now that is consistency. You are keeping the motivation in your business partner. And when you keep that motivation within the person keeps in consistency. And the person, we know, you know, our business partners, they'll get to a level whereby when you're always telling and teaching them these things, they'll get to up to a level whereby they tell themselves, you know, it's very hard for me. I cannot lose a lesson today. I cannot lose the information that is going to be provided in the meeting today, because of the level of the upliner who's always making sure that he or she is being consistent on her business partners or on his business partners. So when you're someone who's going to be consistent, you're going to see that everything that is going to be happening, every activity that is going to be taking place within your business partners, and everything that you're going to be doing in your network, it's going to be flowing quite well. And you're not going to be facing a number of challenges. But a number of us, what is causing us to not to make it in the business, or that is causing us to fail in the business, it's only because we're not being constant. We're not just being constant. Because some of the leaders, they're now being intense. They're dealing with the law of intensity. They're 2 days down the line, they're motivated. 3 days down the line, they're degraded. They're no longer feeling that desire within themselves that I'm going to make it, I'm going to be the best. So I hope and trust that you got to understand what I'm talking about when we're talking about desires. So desires, number 1, I told you that you have to be hungry for change. You need to making sure that you're coachable, and you're also being committed even to your upliner, to the company, to the business, to the presentations, to the trainings, so that you manage to make it. So now the third and final thing that I'm going to share with you is the dedication and discipline. Dedication and discipline. You should always be focused and never forget self-discipline. Because if you don't have self-discipline within yourself, then your level of degrading, or your level or your probability of failing in the business, it's very high. You need to be self-disciplined, because self-discipline is going to keep you consistent in this business. It's going to keep helping. It's going to be keeping on helping you to make sure that when you're doing the business, when you're making sure that you are helping people to achieve their dreams, when you're helping people or coaching people, you know, discipline alone will actually lead to good desires, will simply lead as well to dreams being true. So we need to understand that self-discipline is very important, and just being dedicated to your work, because this helps you to focus on what's important on the right time. As well, teach your business partners, teach yourself to set clear goals. Each and every week, I always do a small meeting with my business partners. I tell them that each and every week before the meeting starts, 8:20, everyone, we're supposed to meet in the office. And when we meet in the office, each and everyone, we're going to discuss about our previous week. After discussing about our previous week, we're now further going to discuss on what we're going to be focusing on during the period or the week that we have now entered. We're now setting our goals very clear. We are setting our goals very clear on each and every one, so that we see where we are failing, so that you help them. If they failed the previous week, it's your duty as the upliner to motivate your business partner that you failed last week, but this week that we're now getting in, surely you're going to make it. So let's set our goals very clear so that we become dedicated this week. And when we are now dedicated to the work that we're going to be putting in, we are going to put in what is called self-discipline to make sure that you're going to be giving yourself a target of speaking to at least 100 prospects. Talk to those 100 prospects. So that next week when you attend that same meeting at around 8:20 with my business partners, before 9 o'clock in the morning, before the training starts, we discuss and talk about these things and set clear things and tell each other that, guys, you know what? The things that made us fail last week, or the things that made you fail last week, is because you didn't dedicate yourself. You didn't put self-discipline to talk to at least 100 prospects or 100 business partners. So which means this week, this time around, let's work on it and see whether we're going to fail this time around. So set clear goals with your business partners. Also, be committed and create daily habits. Create daily habits within yourself as a leader, within yourself as a new business partner who's joining our organization, who is ready to be learning new things about the business. You need to be committed on your daily habits. Huh? What are your daily habits? What are you spending most of your time doing? What are you being focused on? Are you having what is called self-confidence? Because self-confidence is going to help you out to make sure that if you're going to be inviting someone physically, when you invite them physically, you know, I have this method that I've seen that when you want to prospect or to recruit someone physically, simply what you have to do is to have self-confidence. If you don't have self-confidence within yourself, surely you're going to be dying in the business. Because people outside there, when they look into your eyes directly, they start to see whether are you positive in what you're saying, or simply you're negative in what you're saying, or they start to see that, you know, what you're saying, it might be something of value, but you don't have confidence in what you're saying, which means that certain person, after a certain period, when the same person meets me personally as an individual, being confident enough about my company, being confident enough about the company which I'm working with, I can surely tell the person that, you know what, we are going to be having our end of year rally this year in 2024. I would like you to actually attend that rally. So the first step that you would need to do is for you to attend our daily presentations that we handle and do, so that you further understand and see what we do in our organization. That person, simply by telling him that, because I have the confidence within myself, that same person will also respond within himself or within herself and sees that this person, what he's saying, what she's saying these things in a positive manner, which means this is very possible and this can simply be attained and this can simply be seen. So we need to understand these things, ladies and gentlemen. This will help you to make it in our business. It helps you to focus on what's important when you're being someone who's dedicated and they're self-disciplined, setting clear goals, committed, and creating daily habits, and setting what is called self-confidence within yourself. So now you need to understand that your limitation is the amount of dedication that you exhibit. Your limitation is the amount of dedication that you exhibit. What's your effort? What is it? Are you dedicating yourself to say, I am going to achieve this China trip? I'm surely going to keep on saying this. I'm surely going to keep on saying this to a number of people in here. So that you understand that we all have to be in America. We all have to be in China. So let's put in the dedication in our business. Turn on the focus mode. Turn on the motivation mode. Turn on the dedication concept. But the most important thing for you to do, be allergic to excuses. Be allergic to excuses. Be allergic to excuses. You know, each and every day, personally, if I don't get someone whom I talk to in my contact, who's a new person in my contact, I'm allergic to excuses. I tell myself that I cannot end a day without a new person speaking to me in my contact, having a new number within myself, which means I told myself that if I don't get a new person, if I don't get a new person within myself, it's my problem. It's my problem. I cannot give myself an excuse that I was very busy. Like today, it's a Friday. Then I told myself that, I was in a Zoom meeting. I was helping a number of people to do the business so that they can also grasp some of the concepts that are very important for the business. No, I'm very allergic to excuses. I cannot keep on telling myself that, I wanted to do this, but unfortunately, something happened. I couldn't achieve this and this and this. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to be allergic to excuses. So now ask yourself, how much dedication are you putting on building a strong team? How much dedication are you putting on building a strong team? You as a leader personally, you as the person who have joined the business, how many people are you helping out to change their lives?
Guys,
are you putting the dedication?
Everyone must eat.
The work that is supposed to be done? Are you doing what is supposed to be done? Dedicate your time in doing the rightful things, and be disciplined enough to stay on the right path, stay in the right rail, stay in the right path, stay in the right rail. I always tell a number of people that when a train has been put on its place, whether it wants to go off route or it doesn't want to go off route, definitely it will have to follow that path which was created for its way so that it gets to its destination. So now you need to dedicate your time in the rightful things in our business. Dedicate your effort, dedicate your time so that you can start to see changes. MLM business is based on two major things, especially for what we are doing in network marketing business. It's simply recruitment. It's simply making sales. These are the two most important aspects that we're supposed to be doing. Build a strong team, day in, day out. Build a strong team, motivate them, tell them that one day, guys, we are all going to go to China. One day, we are going to America. Put in the work through this concept that we introduced with the Greenworld, which is the 3x3 matrix. If you don't have those three people, if you're only having one person who's surely working from your left side, make sure that you're going to find the center person. Make sure that you're going to find the right person as well, who's going to come to the other leg so that your legs can balance. Put in the dedication. Look for those people. They are there outside. The people are there, but we are not only putting in the dedication that is needed in our business. We need to simply put in the dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, as I'm about to end my presentation, from what I'm sharing to you, I need you to understand that transformation in network marketing through dreams, desire, and dedication of self. If you don't have if you surely don't have these things, if you don't have these things, if you don't have these three things, which are dedication, desire, and dreams, you're going to fail. I love my upliner, my business partner, who is my top leader, who introduced me to the business. I remember in his early days, in my early days of starting the business, when he told me that, you know what, I'm ready to make sure that your life is going to change. You always motivated me day in, day out. Brighton, you couldn't find a client today. Brighton, you couldn't find someone who joined the business today. Trust me, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. Keep on putting in the work. Keep on striving for the best. You are surely going to make it. Surely transformation. I've seen it happening in this business. And I asked him when I was preparing my presentation, and I said, my top leader, I'm going to put on your picture on this so that people get to see that when we're saying transformation in network marketing is through dreams, desire, and dedication and self-discipline. It's something that is very true because I have seen it within my leader. That's why I've managed to upgrade myself and put myself in his shoes so that I see my life also transforming. But how can my life transform? My life can simply be transformed through dreams, desire, dedication, and self-discipline. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my upliner, Mr. Tawanda Kachidza, and his younger brother there. You can simply tell how life was transformed. You can simply tell that this person had dreams to make sure that his life can change. Look now up to his level and his brother alongside. You can tell from the two pictures and simply see and know that this business is real. This business is possible. We are surely going to go there to China. If my, each and every day when my top leader, Mr. Tawanda Kachiza, tells me that Brighton, we're going to China, I put thumbs up to him and tell him that surely we're going to China, my leader. Because day in, day out, he's teaching me things that are very important. And as well from my mentor, Mr. Tendai Chinoperekwe, he says in your early days of building a network marketing business, you need to be courageous. I've seen that a number of people, they're not taking in the courage to achieve their dreams, to make it out of this business. So you need to be courageous. You need to be fearless. Number two, be fearless. Nothing should stand in your way. Nothing should be there to stop you. You need to be deaf to negativity. You get it? You need to be deaf to negativity. Nothing should be in your way. When your spouse and your siblings and a number of people from your home, from your rural areas, they are always telling you that, we sent you to school so that you can find a better job, so that you can find a good thing. Let me tell you one thing. This network marketing business has changed a number of people's lives. So what you simply need to be doing is be deaf to those people and tell them that my dreams are going to be surely achieved. My dreams are going to be surely achieved. This is him as well, my wonderful mentor in this business, Mr. Tendai Chinoperekwe. If you are there along in the meeting, I guess you are seeing yourself there. And I'm proud of you because of the work and the dedication that you have also put in to the people who are ready to change their lives, who are ready for success. And I still look upon him, and day in, day out, I always tell a number of my business partners that it's rare for me to spend a day without just going on her Facebook page, just to go and click it, so that I feel it within myself that, no, man, this person has managed to change his life. Look at him when he was starting his business. I guess that was in Blawayo or in Botswana. I don't still remember. He once told us where he was, and he was ready for the presentation, for the meeting. But now look at him now, how life can simply be changed through this organization. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4 steps. These are the 7 steps that you need to do in this business. Follow the system, have your dreams and set your goals. Transfer the learning to your business partners. Build the business. The formula is on numbers in our network marketing business. Follow the presentation. Follow in the trainings. Never give up. Just keep moving forward. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You have been a wonderful people who have been listening to me all the way from Zimbabwe. All I can tell you is that if we don't meet at the top, I will see you from the top. And thank you so much, Mr. Bonwell and Madam Rainey. This was my presentation. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brighton. We are all motivated by your wonderful, wonderful presentation of Dream Achievers. So what we have learned from your presentation is, ladies and gentlemen, let's focus on achieving of dreams with dedication supported by self-discipline. So thank you once again, Mr. Brighton, and also thank you once again, Madam. So, Mr. Budiman, I'm going to hand over the stage to you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Rainey. As usual, you really help us a lot, especially by sharing the slides to our trainer, Madam Tariro. Well, we can see today that if you have a good teacher, you will see good students, okay? Because before, I know in Zimbabwe, we have our director, Mr. Tendai Chinoperekwe. Now, this evening, we see Ms. Tariro and also Mr. Brighton has shown their quality as a good trainer. And actually, I'm not only motivated. Seems like my battery now is overloaded. So one thing that I point with Madam Tariro, maybe the material is so packed, so she just tried to cover all the trainings in a very fast way. So next time maybe we can simplify a bit, so you may have time to explain not too fast. But somehow when I see Ms. Tariro, I remember our director Neronens 5 years ago. So Director Neronens 5 years ago, just like Ms. Tariro. So Ms. Tariro, I wish you will become the next Director Neronens, okay? Wish you all the best. Keep achieving in Greenworld. And Mr. Brighton, I don't know how old are you, but you look so young, and you're really on fire. And this will surely move the business, especially in your team and also in Zimbabwe. So I'm really grateful this evening, Madam Rainey, because we have another two young trainers that this can be the assets of Greenworld in the future also. So keep learning, keep practicing, keep giving the trainings to everyone. And we know that if we want to be success, try to become a presenter, try to become a trainer. Why? Because if you can become a presenter or you become a trainer, you need to learn more before you teach other people. So by learning more, then that means you will understand more about the business. So congratulations to Mr. Tariro and Mr. Brighton. Once again, I would like to thank our director, Madam Rainey, for helping us and always supporting our Greenworld Africa Zoom online trainings. So ladies and gentlemen, next week we are going to have another great session of Greenworld Africa Zoom online training. So stay tuned for next week. I think now we can unmute ourselves and say bye-bye to each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Budiman.
you. Thank you, Mr. Budiman.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye 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 bye.
Budiman, everyone.
Hey, bye
Thank you,
bye.
thank you.
Bolado bolado.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye
Bye to everyone.
bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Malta. Thank you.
Mr. Budiman.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye. Bye everybody. Bye bye Mr. Budi.
All right. See you
Bye.
guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Brighton. Yeah, I think you for us.